Give a round of applause for our special guest this evening, Charlyboy Charles Oputa.
I'd like to say well done for a successful show. I also like to remind you, whoever you are, there are 4 people on the stage today. So I don't know who exactly you'll be talking to, but I represent the 3 of them as Mr. Oputa. I know you're all familiar with the character, the image, popularly known as Charlyboy. And I'm not too sure you know about my spiritual brother is your Dudubariba one of Africa. And then also there is my female version called Linda. So altogether we are 4 on this stage. So you decide, but I'll be speaking on their behalf. Yeah. Finally, before we kick off, there's a ritual I always do before any performance or any talk. And since this is an Igbo conference, I insist. In short, I demand no sojega delele here before I name if I name it. Otherwise, I daguya. And if you don't have oji, most oji, onu weti ife nesu here because o menana gebuta goduzo before I na pankata. Ogusi aka okwu ram n'ọnụ ndị be anyị. I should be taking the one in the picture.
All right, so Oga has spoken. Okay, that's fantastic.
Onye so ọjị, onye wetara ọjị wetara ndụ, ya dịkwara unu mma mma ka unu ga na-ahụ mmaji all the time. Ma agaracha must come back ndị gbọrọ ọsọ unu gbacha unu agbaghachi biko unu unu anwụchila. Thank you.
Thank you. A lovely round of applause for Charlyboy. That was. Thank you. Oga has brought it back home. This conference is about the legacies of Biafra. Oga, the whole thing is about Biafra. And there's a burning question a lot of people want to ask. And I really want you to share with us, because this is a lovely conversation, and we want to find out little things. But when we talk about Biafra, and we also bear in mind some of the comments you've made recently, what is your own history? Where were you during Biafra?
Yeah, I think I was about 16, 17, I can't remember, during the war. I was in Oputa until Oputa fell, and we ran to Apollo, a place called Apollo, still in Imo State, yeah? Then I lived with, my family, that's my family, my siblings, we all lived with a family, the Ojobu's family in Apollo. And Ojobu had like about 15 wives. You can imagine how many children were in that compound, including our family. And one of my fondest memories during the war was that none of us been suffered by shock anyway, because we were close to the characters. They were always giving us relief. But check this out. We took turns to cook. So, and I made sure I planted myself in the kitchen yeah, at all times, because that was when I learned that you can be eating as the pot is boiling from the fire. You'll be eating, because if you don't do that, you're bound to starve, because there are more than 100 people for that same food, jostling for the food. And I also remember, as a young kid at the time, we used to go into the bush. We go look for palm kernel. We go break palm kernel. We sold them sometimes. We ate them. And we used to hunt for lizards. Yeah? That was a Congo meat at the time. And very organic and nutritious. And I ate a little bit of lizards during the war, And so those were the happy times, yeah, when we could break enough palm kernel to sell, shoot lizards to eat and sell. And but the down part of it was, I come from a village called Oputa. And in Oputa, we had the naval headquarters, we had the Air Force headquarters, we had the military, the infantry headquarters, all in Oputa. So as a result, every blessed day, we had the sound of death, the air raid, the bomb. So we went from day to day not knowing who's going to survive the next day, But there was this image that never left me. One day we went to fetch water at the stream. As we were just coming back home, about 6 of us or 7, and then we heard that sound of death. It was the fighter, the bombers. And at that time, they used to go to the market and just bomb people, shoot people. I think they enjoyed it. It was for fun, for sports. And here we are trying to scramble for cover. And all of a sudden, I turn around and I see one of the boys that I had just gone to the stream to fetch water with. And his head was flying off his body. That sight never left me. So as a result, at the end of the war, when I saw the first Nigerian soldier, I felt like putting a knife through his soul. Because the bullets got to us, the bomb got to us, but the hunger was the number one in Biafra at the time. Thank God that we were a little privileged. I didn't go through all of that, but all around me, people were dropping dead. And that's my memory of Biafra. And nobody would tell me, make a come to do Biafra again. God punish their papa.
We can feel your passion.
I hope I can talk freely. Because if you're bringing Charlyboy here, I curse, I swear, I say it like I feel it. If you know like him, that won't consign you.
Oh God, there's no censorship board here.
Thank you.
So, we will say it as we feel it. Because
Thank you.
One thing that has been said here is that we don't tell our story. And everybody's, from the morning sessions to now, says, why don't we speak out? So we're on the stage.
That's our problem.
This is the legacies of Biafra. Let it start now. Let us speak out. And I can hear the pain. I can feel the pain in your voice. This trauma, because everybody talks about trauma, the impact of trauma. Mm-hmm. How did this trauma impact on you as a person in your development?
My youth was scandalized by the war. Which trauma passed that one? I came out of that war feeling like half human being. See, when I was young, I grew up in Port Harcourt. They born me for Pitaqua, Port Harcourt, Port High Life. Nadia didn't born me. Yeah? Thank God I came from a middle-class family, but very rich in value and heritage. So all the time my papa would tell me, say, no, you should make friends with, this my friend's children, that my friend's children, but no way. You know me now, right from time, I decrease. I wanted to go with the drivers, kids, with the washerman's kids. But one day, check this out. One day when I can't go to their house, I was a spoiled brat when I was young. Of course, amongst my siblings, I got the biggest thrashing by my father, who I hated so much in the beginning. But I had a room full of toys. Now, to go to my playmates' home and to find out there were like 7 people in one room, I didn't understand that, okay? To find out they had no toys, I didn't understand that. So after that day, I can't get toys again, okay? And these were my permanent friends. So that's where all of that is coming from. My social engineering, my agitation for fairness, equity, justice. So after that war, I can't see the kind of poverty I never see for my life. Like you've all heard, we started with 20 pounds. My father was a successful lawyer at the time. He had properties in Port Harcourt, and they all became abandoned property overnight. And we started with 10 or 20 pounds. How far? Then somebody won't come, they tell me, say, me could go back. Now that one, I ain't go solve the problem. I say, these people who are saying this, then burn them during the war, they know what happened during the war. Why? Is that the problem of Nigeria? Can we solve this problem by, okay, you ask for Biafra, then say, take. You just people go come ask for their own, they say, take. Even for the Biafra self, even that Biafra they talk about, yes? Anambra man no gree say, Imo person na original Igbo man. What are you talking about? Who is in that Biafra? Is it Rochas? Who is there? We could be my leader. After I don't go school. Now riffraffs, scammers, Yahoo people. Go they come they rule me? Hell no. Already you don't bad rich. So no be to agitate for Biafra. I don't believe in Biafra. I'm a Biafra for at heart. That is where it ends. We need to fix this thing before we can move on. And getting that tag Biafra ain't going to cut it. Forget it. Because I know the game. There's some people who are going around masquerading as whatever, but I know at the end of the day, now about money or ego, ego. If Biafra was so great, all the money within they post that they give to the governors, why are they not paying their workers? What are they doing? You can't come. Listen, look at all the intellectuals that have spoken here. So you want to tell one Banshee from somewhere, Gabiauro, your governor. No, it's wrong. Iwe dukwa mnobio, me umekwa kuokwa something here. Marakwa ihe na jump here now.
Let me.
No kwa.
Well, there's nothing that beats honesty, and we've got a very honest man speaking from the heart, and we appreciate it. There's nothing that beats honesty. You've got a man speaking from the heart. Mm-hmm. So the question I'll ask you now, 50 years on, we're sitting here celebrating 50 years of the legacy of Biafra. What lessons do you think, what do you feel say we never learn, or it remain for us to learn from this legacy, from this war?
You know, before the war, there's a question in Igbo land. Who is your mother? Who is your father? Who born you? That's not to say, I mean, whether your pa get money or they no get money, that was irrelevant. That was to find out, are you from a good home? Do you have good upbringing? So it was all about our values. It was all about our integrity, our character, who we were as a person. I never knew Igbo people to mess themselves up with criminality. No, we were good people. Damn good people. We made the best husbands, the best wives. The whole Nigeria got Jokwa. I just don't know what bloody happened after that. Yeah? So, to solve the problem, we need to have to go back. We need to have to teach our children those values that we grew up with. Do you know how my father battered me when they were young? I naga church every day. I gaga church every day, yes. I na good catechism. He battered me so much that I became an altar boy. See, from there, I got him seminary. Then it was cool to be a priest because they've given me so much religion. I'm asking me her name is here. It was after I went to the seminary. I decided, you know. So we need to go back to Ejo. We missed it. We lost the track. We now started to chase money. I remember those good old days when we used to see a teacher. Hey, we go all take cover. Because even if you are in Sokoto and commit one crime, that teacher bab you. If you deal with you, finish. He go carry you, go back to your papa. You say, this kid has been a bad boy. And your papa goes tell and say, thank you for putting him together. You understand? So, I mean, you can't have a system where all the values are eroded, where, everybody's doing anyhow, where you have touts, people from the gutter coming to be my governor. Who born them? After all the school my papa sent me to, na riffraffs, na then go come rule me. No, they deserve to die. And it's till they die that we can have peace in Nigeria. Now, rather than shouting and talking Biafra, 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 we are native chickens. Okukibo, Uche. We were able to stay 3 years in that war. We were able to manufacture different things. Let's take that Uche. The eastern part of the country. God has you, Bodani, well. There is no reason. There is no reason. There is no reason why, as an Igbo man, why we cannot, even if Nigeria people, Nigeria, if they don't agree, we have enough billionaires and millionaires. Look at a place like Aba. Mayor industrialize that place. Look at a place like Onitsha. Industrialize the place. Start from somewhere. I need to get one day Nigeria na ahe sula na Nigeria-Biafra. They will see that no one here DJ. Look at the only state in Nigeria working now is Lagos State. And Lagos State is like America. Onya ula nonga ana okwa ndozo ụlọ. Okwa ha dojiri Lagos utodi. So what is our bloody problem? Why can't we go home, develop our place, and then be laughing at Nigerians? Must we say Biafra and then you're heating up the whole tension? Or because no, London. Biano Nigeria. Biano damn it. You think it's to come to this conference and be talking English? Come home and see whether you survive for 1 week. Then ị ga-amara ihe a na-akọ. Yes, jụkwa m ajụjụ ọzọ.
Okay, let's. Oga,
Akpọzina m ọga, awụ m ọga gị. Ịma ndị ị na-arụrụ ọrụ. Kpọm Presido. Yes.
Presido, let's assume that this hall now, as we did so now, Niger, and this hall now is full of Igbo leaders. So all our governors stay here, all our legislators stay here, all our senators stay here. What would be your message?
Chineke me. I won't have a message for them. I swear to God. Now, all of them. And okay, you see, I saw this thing. You see, our problem is not by grammar. If I won't go grammar, I came in here for a while, the professors, I can understand that. Because I'm an intellectual and I'm an artist, so I understand everything that has been said today. But Hannah remind him of my father. My father is always thinking that everywhere is a classroom. And that's go Yibo. Me, I don't have time for that. Action. You understand? And the way things are in Nigeria now, precise. But let me ask you, what do you say to a man who all his life, for so many years, just puts hands in the National Treasury and takes any amount he likes? Do you think you can sit down and negotiate with that mother? No. Do you think you can negotiate to a point where you say, "No, you don't chop too much now"? You can't do it until you do something to make him on his toes, to make him feel like, things are not the way they used to be again. I need to be careful because you see those people, they fear pass us. So until you do something that makes them to feel like things are not the same any longer. And that is why I've started a movement. Our Mumu don't do movement because they must hear them. Because Nigeria is in such a state that, people, my friends, my colleagues some have managed to come and they run away. They run back again. Keep asking me, I don't think, Charlie, you're not normal. Why are you still there? But where I go there? I'm used to, my life has been a struggle. I've been fighting all my life. And I'm not about to give this up. So this is another style where I go use to beg all of una where they here. I take God beg una. Because even for the bloody masses that one is fighting for, look at me, 65 years younger. Yeah? I'm still walking around, going and talking on behalf of Nigerian youth who I represent and all the frustrated Nigerians. Yet their docility is killing their humanity. They go sit down there, they no go talk, they no go do anything. So how do they expect things to change? So I'm begging you guys, because una don't come to Oyibo land, una don't get some small sense. But make una come back, make sound beat on her head, then una go know how far. Okay? Because 2019 is coming. The question is, are young people ready to take over? Because if you don't start now to galvanize, to put yourself together, put your house together, then we'll still be left with the old choices, with the same old shit that has been going on. What I can guarantee you here is that if young people can put themselves together, listen, me, the area father, I will have a ready army to say, this is the man we want. This is the person we want. And they better be free from all the shenanigans of the past. That's the only way I see forward, my brother. What do you think?
I agree with you. I know what I.
Okay.
Okay, I've got this guy here pointing with the microphone. So that means one of
audience
what we'll do now is
participation.
open up the floor to some questions. We'll keep it at 2 questions and then a quick answer so we can get as many questions as possible. So we've got a young man here with a question. And then we'll come to the lady in the check top after.
Hello, my name is Chim Zulum Ezigbo. Permit me to call you Oga because I actually work for...
No, call me father. I'm not Oga. I'm not need to pay you.
He doesn't want me to tell you guys, but you know, I worked with him in Abuja when I was doing my youth service. And he's a very nice man, but he doesn't like people to know that. He doesn't like people to know that. Anyway, my point, straight to the point, my point is this, that I think when it comes to the issue of the civil war and what happened, what transpired, and the suffering that a lot of people experienced, I may be wrong, but I think that the people who are pushing for Biafra now are not asking for a civil war. I think what they're asking... I think what they are asking for is a right to self-determination. I think that there are one rule for Europe and another rule for Africa. I think that if Scotland can get its referendum and there's no war, I also think that if the UK can pull out of Europe, and Germany is not saying that the unity of Europe is non-negotiable. I also think that if all these things can happen and there's absolutely no bloodshed, I don't see why when it comes to Africans, we're being threatened with war. And also, I think that if we want to be taken seriously, lastly, by the Committee of Nations, I think that we need to get to that point where a people's rights can be respected. And if people want to leave, let them leave. Marriage is not by force. Thank you.
Okay, please, I have to come inside here. Very good talk, but not for your environment, because you're ruled by useless people, bunch of yahoos. And I always say that democracy is for the intellectually aware. We never reach that standard. No, I got first. We are not there. We are not America. We are not Scotland. Things spoil bad for your country. And yes, my generation is guilty. Yeah? My generation is guilty of not providing the right environment for young people to grow. But if something has been taken from you, we are marginalized. How can sharp guys not then go and we are marginalized? Am I here to suppose him? No, am I here to suppose him with Uchi and the whole brain in Uranowa? You know, get that you're marginalized. Get up and do something. It's just like the youths. They're sitting down, docile. They don't do nothing. All they do is to watch Big Brother. Is that what's going to help the issue? So they're sitting down there and saying, the government is wanting. This is wanting. What are you doing? That is the question. What are you doing to change the equation? That is why I am pleading. Na campaign, I come do so. I know the joke. Because you can imagine, I went to young people were putting a program together. Yeah? They invited me. How do we use social media to change the tide? Yeah? Young people. Do you know what some young people there were talking about? We no one die, you know, because this government is like this, is like that. Me, 65-year-old, they fight for now. Young people, you know, one die. So now me won't die now. Now me go take the head, catch the bullet. Listen, so when you're talking, stop giving me references to Scotland, to this, your Nigeria. When was the last time you came there? Things have gotten worse. Things have gotten worse. It's not about grammar. Because nothing will change. They're not going to stop this. Because you see in that corruption, there's Igbo man there. All the tribes are represented. All tribes are represented in that corruption. So there's no way they can stop. They know that they are at a disadvantaged position. If people start to go on their own, there will be no money for them to chop again now. You understand? But have you been following recently what's happening? Because the revolution has begun. And let me make a prediction. It's going to come from the north. Because these northerners, their eyes are opening small. After all the years of ruling Nigeria, okay, take a state like Niger State that had Babangida, that had, please help me, Abdul Salam. Is Niger State Dubai? So you think the people, you can fool people sometimes, but you can't fool them all the times, my dear. So they are busy now. Now they are throwing stones on their governor, something that never happened. They are kidnapping their commissioners. So all you need is for Charlyboy to assemble the army. You know my parentage, but in the street I live. So I dey hear things pass for that street. That is why I'm begging all of you guys. It's time to get wise. It's time to hook up to the program. Start to organize yourself. Because come 2019, we're not going to have the same old people there again. At least if I see that beautiful woman, as they speak Oyibo pass, come here, then they say, now you they run for president. I can mobilize 2-3 million people for you and stand behind you and say, this is the person we want. So, it's not to come here and chop hamburger and grow fat and then you come to be speaking Oyibo. Come to Nigeria. But we will, if you guys get yourself together, like I said, I promise there will be a willing army waiting. Biko, can everybody bring out their phone? We have to do something now. It's very important. It is very, very important. I can't forget this. I can't leave the stage without this. I'm going to give you my personal number. Yes. As a father, if you get problem, you can call me. I dey pick up from everywhere. If you want self, I can call you back. I'm going to give you my number, okay? So, plus 234. Okay, we try that one. Plus 234 80 330 76993. And my name once again is Charlyboy. Now, if by any perchance you call me, I don't pick up, please just send me a text because I will definitely call you back or reply. Now, in addition to that, please, as a question of urgency, tonight, go to www.awamumudon'tdo.org. First of all, if you want to be part of that revolution that is happening in Nigeria now, go there and register first. Yeah? Then when you register, we'll just keep staying in touch because I believe that the salvation of Nigeria still lies in the hands of its exceptional youths. And I've been privileged to meet a lot of them here, back home, everywhere. But as the father, I need to connect all the dots. Let everybody come out. Because our mumu, you don't reach the final bus stop. Yes.
Presido, one more question from the lady here because of time constraints.
Hello. I just wanted to ask you, we've had a lot of presentations today giving us history from a knowledge perspective. And you've talked about various things because the leaders have been pointed at as part of the problem, but part of the solution can come from us. What I want to know is what part do you think, because for you to galvanize a people, they need knowledge. How can positive information be spread to be able to galvanize people? Because they can't come from a place of ignorance. Why things don't work is when you don't have enough knowledge of the vision of what are all the underpinning experiences that are.
Are you talking people in diaspora or people in Nigeria? Which one?
The change can come from everywhere.
Okay, now listen up. The people that have put Nigeria in this sport, they are not up to 0.1%. You dey hear me so? The people will hold Nigeria for blockers. They no reach 0.1%. Now, the people who are going to make Nigeria whole again may not reach 0.5%. It is not an all-comers party, not everybody, but we'll continue to sensitize, that's our job. But the kind of Nigerians, the youths that I'm seeing in that country, egudi kwao, egudi. And that is why I am begging you guys here, una know as things they be for Scotland. Una know as they be for America. Yes. Una fit take that way, come back to Nigeria. Shebi all of una don't run because you can't stand your country. I don't blame you. Because your country is not a nation, it's not anything to write home about. Okay? Your life is not even secured. But I'm saying that we can't let this go on any further. So that's why I'm giving out my number. You call me, I'm going to begin to send, messages. You can, get yourself together in the diaspora. Start to talk to one another. Because if come 2019, we don't have an alternative, that is back to square one. So this knowledge, not be everybody will get them. Because kids there want to watch football, want to dance. They don't care about what's happening to their future. And it's so sad. But I know that most of you here, you're worried about your country. So if you can start to get yourself together here, maybe there's a chance that we can get this thing back. I don't tire. We go.
She didn't send Madam didn't send the timekeeper. She came out in person. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for Charlyboy.
Thank you.